What's going on, everybody? This is Afro Think Tank. All right, so I made a video about Europe being invaded and Europeans going extinct. And as a Pan-African who, wants to make sure that Africa stays predominantly black, and knowing that it's impossible for Africa not to stay predominantly black because it's not an issue we got to deal with because we're genetically dominant and there's like a trillion times more of us than anybody else. So it's not a really an issue we got, right? But Europeans, on the other hand, have a problem, right? Especially the British, because they come from an island. As great of an empire as they had, and as much as they spread themselves around the world, their colonies have become individual countries by themselves. And the people that left Britain and other European countries have made an identity of their own in various different places, diluting the British culture, right? And all the oligarchs, like I said in most of my videos, because of their actions of death and destruction globally and stealing all resources from other places to make their white Wakanda in Britain, right? The side effect of that is that there's going to be an influx of those people, right? Because those rich oligarchs need people to work for them for cheap. And it's always been about money, right? And so, of course, rich oligarch's not going to pay his supposed brethren, the white man, a decent wage when he can go ahead and go to India and pay them half and just import them to Europe to pay them half so they can make more money, so they can have more profit, so they can lower their overhead cost, right? The rich oligarchs who own all the corporations in the UK that's responsible for the destruction of the planet, they're not going to hire upstanding British citizens to do any of that work, to be doctors. They're not going to sponsor them to be doctors, to be engineers. Why would they do that when they can pay a tenth of the price to teach some African how to do it and then bring them over here and pay them a tenth of the price, right? So what ended up happening, this very small island, right? Because in real life, Britain is small. It doesn't matter how big they make it look like on the map, right? You see, you can lie. Propaganda is a lie, but it's not real. In real life, Britain is just an island that's supposed to belong to Europeans, right? But now that island doesn't seem very European anymore. And the thing is, there are white people, right, who I do not consider racist as like the traditional racists. There are Europeans that's fighting for the identity of their country. The same way any self-respecting African will fight for the identity of their country. The same way any self-respecting Asian will fight for the identity of their country. Europeans, the day-to-day European, who, like I said, has never benefited from British world domination, except for maybe some trinkets that they get to have in the UK, maybe a few things that seem like advanced technology that they get to enjoy, but they still pay for it because they get a monthly bill for that shit the same way we do. So who's really benefiting? Because we don't even need half the shit that we got that we pay for, to be honest. There's other ways to do it, but then it wouldn't make these oligarchs money. So there are people who are saying, look, Britain needs to stay Britain. How come Asia's for the Asians, Africa for the Africans, and what is Britain? Britain is for everybody? Well, it is now, and that's the side effects of their colonial past. The colonizer is being colonized, right? But I still feel bad for the British people who are losing their identity. When you think about Britain, when you think about what is inherently Britain, the only thing I can think about is fish and chips. That's it. Other than that, if you go to Britain, everything that makes Britain, entertaining or fun or zesty comes from somewhere else. People are waving different flags around in Britain. And this is much different from America. You see, people wave the Mexican flag and they wave all kind of flags. Even us black people, we wave our RBG flag, our Nation from Within Nation flag. We wave our regular flag, our African American flag. We wave every flag but that United States of America flag. And even when we do represent that United States of America flag, we got our own colors to it because it's different, right? But it's different because America is a colony, right? America is American and corporate. It's not a traditional European country. So Europeans in America don't have any real rights to claim any stake in this country more than anybody else. The only people that have real claim in America is the Native Americans. Everybody else are immigrants. All white people are immigrants, right? That's the truth. But in Europe, it's different. That is their ancestral homeland. And I do believe that they should be able to have it. But what's the solution? I don't think there is one, to be honest, right? Because the thing is, the solution would have to be, you would have to kick everybody out. but the side effect of kicking everybody out, the same way America is trying to kick all black people out, trying to stop black people from coming in, trying to kick all Latinos, who are in fact the indigenous population of this land. And, that's the weirdest shit I ever thought. How are you going to have immigrants telling the indigenous population of America that they need to get out because they're criminal illegal aliens, even though the Europeans in America are actually the OG criminal illegal aliens, right? Right. I'm just saying. Right. But in Europe, it's totally different. And I do believe, in fact, Europe should remain European, mostly. But they have so many existential problems that's compounding itself. Like their freaking government system, like their e-commerce system, like capitalism, which makes it so people can't have babies because they can't afford it. They don't got the time. When you're working 80% of your life and sleeping the other 10%, and then spending another 10% transporting back from home to work, you just don't have time to build a family. And that's the system that the rich oligarchs have created so that they can enjoy themselves and buy multiple yachts and buy houses and build bunkers all over the world and just enjoy and live their best life. So the rest of the people, they don't have that luxury. So they not only have a population problem, but then they have an influx of immigrants. Because here's the thing. In order to run a country, in order to generate money for your nation, you need people. And so as much as the average Joe is upset that their country is becoming browner and browner and blacker and more and everything but Britain, it's the result of the rich oligarchs understanding this shit. They need more people. And there's not enough white people. Because it doesn't seem like there's a mass movement for Europeans globally to consolidate in one country. Now, the only solution I would say is that Europeans from Australia should migrate back to Europe. Europeans from I would say South Africa, but the Europeans don't want them. They're going to have to stay. I don't know where the South African Europeans can go because nobody wants them, right? So the Europeans from, I guess, New Zealand, they should stop pretending like they're the Moray and take their ass back to Europe, right? The Europeans in Hawaii should probably go back to Europe. Even the American Europeans who figure that America is Europe 2.0 and they really think Jesus Christ and George Washington had a baby and created the Bible and the Constitution at the same time, right? And that they have the God-given right to be there. They need to stop being delusional and maybe they need to go back to Europe too, right? Now, if that were to happen, at least they would be able to bolster their population and maybe they can make something happen. But that's literally the only solution. But I don't see that happening because Europeans are not going back to Europe, not in big numbers, because they think that they're the special Europeans. They think they're special white people, and they think America is the best strategic location for white people. America is trying to get all white people globally to come there. While the UK is having a problem, its homeland, getting any European to go back there. Because as Europeans travel, right, they're finding out that other places are way more beautiful than Europe. Who wants to be under the clouds? I had a person apologize to me the other day in my comment section. He was telling a joke. He was a European. He said, man, I'm sorry for, slavery and all that stuff. He apologized. He said, man, but if you ever been to UK, it's such trash. It's so dark and dingy, you'd leave too. Right. And I joke. Yeah, I understand. Right. Like if you had the choice to be in a beautiful place like this, right, where you had the sun and you had natural food and you had people who were peaceful and actually talked to you and they had community, and you had to go back to your, the British people, the concrete jungle, right? The sun ain't never there, right? And there's no identity. There's no, they say there's no real British culture. Why would you want to go back there? So not only is the population going down, but shit, a lot of Europeans don't even want to be there because it's not really the best slice of land on the planet. Let's just be honest. It's not the best slice of land on the planet. And it's not like they can take the good land from the other Europeans because currently right now, the good land is being contested by Ukraine and Russia. You see, Ukraine and Russia are fighting on the best, most fertile, most beautiful parts of Europe right now. And that's the whole thing about it. The place where Russia and Ukraine are fighting is the most fertile, most beautiful parts of Europe, right? And they're definitely not going up there to the goddamn Scandinavia and to the northern part because they ain't built for that. They like the cold and all, but they not built for that. You got to be a special kind of person to be up there, and that's the truth. All right, so yeah, there's levels to that cold. All right, there's levels to that cold. You got to be on that Scando Finn level type shit. You got to be on that. You got to be on that Asiatic, Euro-Asian type shit. You got to be on that Eskimo level shit. Those are a whole different group of people. Okay, they built different, right? So they're not gonna move up there. So they're really stuck between a rock and a hard place. But as a Pan-African who can be empathetic towards other human beings and their plights, despite the fact that their plight was caused by their own people, you know, I can recognize it and see it. And I don't know what the solution is, but I hope maybe they find something. Or maybe they find reconciliation that, you know, they're just going to have to, you know, you're just going to have to deal with the fact that it's over. And they're going to have to find a new identity. Maybe move to another place. You know, maybe build your culture somewhere else. I don't know what the problem is, but y'all definitely gonna have to take that up with your oligarchs, because it's their fault. It's not the brown people that's in your country's fault. It's the people that look like you's fault. And that's what you guys need to take in consideration when you're out there putting your hands on brown people who had nothing to do with anything. They're just a result of the victimization. They're victims, right? They're migrant victims. Right, so definitely take it up with your politicians. But at this point, there's pretty much nothing you can do. But I just want to let you know, as a Pan-African who knows Africa's for Africans, and respect the fact that Asia is for Asians, right? I also respect that Europe should be for the Europeans, right? And I wish you guys all the luck in the world for those who want to stay there. But hey, in the future, the world is going to be, you know, the world will be your oyster. All you have to do is have respect for the people that host you when you go there. And you'll be fine. Anyway, that's all I gotta say. It's Afro Think Tank. Learn some T-Tum. I'm out.
Look what's going on in our beautiful country. Our beautiful, beautiful country, guys. And we're allowing this to happen. What's wrong with you all?
What do you think?
You don't know what's gonna happen in 10 years' time if this carries on. I know what's gonna happen, boss, and trust me, I'm scared for my kids and my grandkids. Do you think our grandparents knew what was going to happen on the beaches when they were giving their lives? No. No, they had faith in the king, they had faith in the system, and we have been let down massively. I feel like I'm the only one passionate about my beautiful country. What is wrong with you all, man? I don't understand it, like. I don't understand it. There's not one British flag flying here. We all speak English, we're all British. What are you doing now? What are you all doing?
Well said.
Yeah. I can't, because I'm honest, none of you are saying a word. You all got your mouth shut. You're flying a Big Britain flag again. You've not said a word. I've been here for 10 minutes.
Yeah, mate.
What is wrong with you lot?
It starts at 1.
No, it starts the minute they fucking started. That's when it started, guys.
I know, but that's
what's wrong with you? What's wrong with all of you? We're here. You're here, but so why am I doing the one vocal, bud? Why am I doing the one being vocal?
I can't answer that.
You got a pair of nuts, you got a pair of nuts. Grab your fucking nuts and tell them what's wrong.
I did when I served my country, mate. That's what I did.
Good man.
Right? So I've done that.
Man. Good man. What's wrong with you lot?
We're here, and that's what I know you're angry. I'm angry.
I'm not angry, bud. I'm heartbroken. I'm heartbroken because what is going on here? They're looking at us like we're the issue. I can't. I got to take my kids somewhere. Like, I drove past and I see not one person standing up for our beautiful country. Like, this is ridiculous. They should be flying high above that fucking memorial. That's what they should be. Not them fucking flags.
What's your name?
Ashley Coleman. My name's Ashley Coleman. I will die for my fucking country any day.
I agree with you completely, yeah.
Communist scum off our street. They didn't like it, guys. They didn't like it. Communist scum. You're going home. You're going home. You're going home. The police don't know what to do with themselves. Domestic terrorists. Left-wing extremists. Get off our streets. They love it. Communist scum off our streets. Communist scum off our streets.
Welcome here. Refugees. 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 Welcome here. There are many, many more of us than you. There are many, many more of us than you. There are many, many more. Many, many more. Many, many more of us than you. There are many, many more of us than you. There are many, many more of us than you. There are many, many more. Many more. Many, many more of us than you.
When Britain's first attempts command arose from out the azure main, arose from out the azure main.
Brilliant.
This was the charter of the land, and guardian angels sang this train all together now. Roll Britannia, Britannia, rule the waves. Britons never shall be slaves. Oi! Rule Britannia, Britannia, rule the waves. Britons never shall be slaves. I'll have to learn the rest of the verses to that.
Brilliant.
There you go.
Cheers.
Okay, that's all right.
Wait. Before you go, for all my subscribers and philanthropists out there, I'm building a solar power community water bowl system in Nigeria. It's going to cost between $5,000 and $6,000. I'm trying to raise money. If you want to participate and help me build this solar power water system, please donate to the Cash App and put solar water in the notes. Solar water in the notes. I'll put PayPal, Stripe, and Zelle. Anyway, thank you. That's all I got to say. It's Afro Think Tank. Learn something, teach something. I'm out. Thanks for watching Afro Think Tank. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And follow me on Substack and Patreon for more content. Remember, it's Pan-Africanism or nothing.